to play the Blue Strat, which is actually Raven's axe, but I figured we played Forrest's today. Why not, you Points if you can name that tune. Chippy! Mama Taz, good morning, everybody. Right way to wake up is extra loud, you know. Take your time. No worries. Some along in lines. But anyways, yeah, this is Forrest's guitar. When he's old enough, he gets this one. Because Raven has the birthright guitar, which is this one. This little Blue Strat. So Forrest gets the red Les Paul. And Raven gets the Blue Strat. And that's that. Oh, it was so quiet when I turned that off. I wonder why. That deafening silence for and I can start hearing the crickets. Alrighty. How's everybody this morning? Alrighty. Well, so anyways, one thing I wanted to talk about that I have not mentioned as of yet, really like a public announcement or anything like that. I've just talked to a few people about it. Ooh. Went ahead and got a new Viva McFrane kit. Hey, Matt. Ordered her off of Amazon. She's got all the fixing. Comes with all the toys. I wish I could pop that. I could probably tilt that down a little bit more gooder. You can see my king cooker. But as you see, she comes with all the fixings. We'll unbox this here live and just kind of see what she comes with. But I figured, well, why the heck not? We'll do a wingamading thing at the Sawr-B-Q for Sunday. So I'll try and I'll wrestle up some wings. And if anybody wants to bring some wings, you're more than welcome to. I mean, wings is wings is wings, as long as they're just plain Jane. We fry them up. You know, chicken's chicken. As long as you don't, you know, crossbreed that chicken with duck. Either way, good to see you, Lumberjack. Well, you be safe, man. Well, working on a Sunday, that's not fun. But anyways, what was I on about? Right, so we'll do a chicken wing ding on the Sunday for the Sawr-B-Q, so the 23rd. And I was also thinking about a couple more things. Like we might add a couple more games. And Tyler Hamilton, he's put up a home light challenge. Anything 60cc or less, home light. You can do whatever the heck you want to it, port it and pipe it or whatever you want to do. And no restriction on bar length either. And he's going to do a home light race, and he's putting together a home light for the prize for that. So, which I always say, I mean, there's always room for, if you want to put up a personal competition, do it up, man. It's just more fun for the day. Either way, so there's that for Saturday. And on the Sunday, I was thinking we might as well do a free-for-all brawl. I mean, just the no CC class, no restrictions, just best overall. Who can give her, you know, give her the garlic the hardest. Anyway, so we might do that Sunday. And I did get my hands on a nice, it's a two-man, but a one-man crosscut. And it's got a crack. Oh, Lumberjack, thanks, man. Well, yeah, we'll put that towards the fried chicken fund. So we'll be doing chicken wings on Sunday. And I've got a lot of the prizes for Sunday too. Like so, all the games we're gonna have prizes too. So I figured we could talk about a few of those and show some of them off, and the yaks that I did together for that. And that's all, you know. I use the super chat money in the, you know, the little hat draw and stuff like that. Goes towards that, and that's how I put that together for the most part. I mean, it helps towards it anyway. And like this thing. So, anyways, wingding on the Sunday, and we might do a crosscut cookie cut race thing. And depending on how well this little crosscut I got works, and I'll try and get my big crosscut figured out too. But the handles are kind of janked on that, so it's going to take some finagling. I might have to recruit some help. I might be able to figure it out either way. But we might do a crosscut race on the Sunday. We're also doing the elm block chop. So, I mean, heck, if we're going to tucker people out with elm, I might as well tucker them out with a crosscut too. And then we'll trade up the chicken wings. And kind of forgot what I was on about there for the most part. Alright, so yeah, I picked it up. It's kind of a neat single man crosscut, but it has like a bolt on the end there, so it has the handle up here, and then it has like a regular handle at the back. So I guess we could take the thing off and do single man, or we could do two man. So it's one of those things where I'll feel it out. Maybe we'll do it, maybe we'll not. But definitely a free for all brawl. That's going down. I think it's a good idea on Sunday. You know, and just no CC restrictions. Just if you want to bring a snowmobile motor and bring a hot side, you know, send it. Anyways, more in Southern Firewood. And the other thing I was going to talk about is the chainsaw milling races. I was talking to Jeff, so we're going to go for a 1-inch chainsaw plank. Like, I mean, if you're bringing an Alaskan mill, set her to 1 inch, and we're going to plank off the cedar at 1 inch. And I'm taking off the top cuts already, like, so I'll have the guide bar part all done. And all you have to do is you just set her on and go, and they'll overhang so the little thing that I'll be sitting on is 8 foot long, and it'll overhang that a little bit so you can sink your saw in, get set up somewhat, you know, you get an inch or two in, and then anyway you're kind of ready to rock. And then we'll line up to where the wood starts on the guide, and that's 8 foot. So we'll time you once you get to the 8 foot. So I mean, just stop, or I mean, someone will be sitting there with a wash, and if you go past her, then well, you best get going, because it is one shot go with that. And we'll plank each one down until they're gone, and I'll put another one on, and I got a few of them going. But either way, so it'll be an 8 foot Alaskan chainsaw mill timed cut, and you know, just the full send for 8 feet, and no restriction on saw size there or anything, or botter size. It just has to be an Alaskan mill, has to be a 1 inch, and then you're in. So, and like I said, it's already planked, so it's flat on the top. So you just come in, you sink in, you get to the 8 foot mark, like the beginning, the starting line, and then we blow the air horn or whatever the case, and then you send her. So I think that'll be cool. It'll be neat to hear some different brands of saws and different types of saws set up and going for 8 feet. You know, just winding out. You know, it'd be neat. It'd be neat. Hopefully nothing blows up, but I mean, if it does, that's entertaining too, kind of. Either way, let's get into this, and then I'll talk about some of the prizes that we have for the Sawr-B-Q too. And like I said. It's totally open too if you need to bring a tent, or if you want to stay in a trailer or whatever the case. You know, you're more than welcome to bring a tent, or just communicate and we can set you up on one of these trailers here. I mean, this one's going to be for Jay and Janelle, and I think if Chippy comes, he might stay in here, or he might stay in his own private situation. I don't know. That's completely up to them guys. But since they're coming from far, far away, and they've mentioned they've been coming for a while, they get the first dibs, which this is kind of the... Hey, this one where I'm always filming. There's the reason I'm in here. This is the Cadillac, man. This is a nice one. Lots of room in here. And you got heat, and you got air conditioning. It's not so... I mean, the air conditioning's kind of rinky-dink, but the heat's good. Coffee maker. Deep fryer. Stove door. Cooking. Bathroom. Alright. So first we got a lid. Need that. You don't want to get splashed. Nice stainless steel. I just got this off Amazon, but it comes with all the fixings, right? And my old one's kind of getting... Well, my old one's not great anymore. And figured it was high time for a new one, because we do use the burner for scalding chickens and all that. Oh, quite the rigmarole here. There's a little deflector plate. All the goodies should be inside. All kinds of stuff. Alright. There. So there's our main frame for dust burner. Peel the sticker off. A couple stickers on here. Like a fire hazard to me, man. Don't need that catching fire. Billy, good to see you, man. Yeah, well, the old one kind of got left out over winter and forgotten about, and they don't tend to likely like that too much. They tend to rust and rot out a little. You do that too many times. You can get away with it so long, and then there's consequences. Alrighty, what do we got here? That's probably our burner. You can assemble that later. These are usually pretty simple. That's probably our hose. It's the toys I want to check out. Look at a coat hanger. So you can do your dry cleaning in this, eh? Nice. Like it. Thermometer. These are handy. Alright. Handle. Need that. Manual. Don't need that. There's our basket. So that's the idea. This is what I really liked about this thing. She come with this big dirty basket. I need to son of a gun. So we could fill that full of wings. Just, you know, set some friggin' explosion off. Just have an apocalyptic bubbling of chicken wings frying. which this is probably nothing new for a lot of you. But before, all I really had was this little gambler or whatever you call them things, and the pot. And, you know, you can do quite a bit with that, but now we got all the toys. You know what I mean? You know, washing drum for when you want to do your deep frying dry cleaning. Well, I kind of halfway thought it came with a shallow pot too. Oh, it did. It does. There's a shallow pot below. So let's get this little condom off of here. Oh, son of a businessman. There we are. Nice stainless steel shallow pot. You know, good for doing the French of my fries, or what you might has it there, you know, fish fry or something like that. Yeah, so we can fry the guts out of some wings, do some French of my fries, or some fish. Either way, I dig it. I'm into it. I'm into it. Alright. That all needs washing. You don't want to digest factory dust or nothing like that. Just set her up under. A little too tall for the stove. Holy smokes. So that's the kit and what she come with. Seems pretty cool to me, man. It's the King cooker, so it's got to be alright. Yeah, that's... If it's the King, you know what I mean? The King Charles cooker. Well, if King Charles says it's alright, then it should be okay. It's pretty neat that you can do your dry cleaning in it, you know. Gotta like that. Gotta like that. You know, fry your underwear, make her extra crispy. Either way. Or your socks. Or your sweater, who knows. Whatever you want to make something crunchy, you can do it with that unit. Alright, so we can talk about some of these surprises. They're not really surprises, but they're power rises. And that'll be for the Sawr-B-Q. And the way we'll do it is we'll just kind of round robin, you know what I mean? Like if you win, we'll just, I don't know how we'll do it this year. Maybe we'll do it like a random draw. We'll put it, if you win, you get your name in the bucket. You know, whatever event you win, you get it in the bucket. And you can come up to a table, call your name and come up to a table, and you got a prize. So how about that? That sounds fair to me. There's no events really more secure than the other. You know, I don't know, other than maybe we can do the free-for-all brawl, maybe could be top prize. I don't know. Either way, maybe we'll just make it all in a level playing field. I mean, you win thinnest cookie is just as good as winning the fastest song. Anyway, of course, legitimate the Bush and Men hat. Must have. Must have. A surprise. And it's not an Alaskan mill, but we have a chainsaw mill device, or chainsaw milling device, or whatever you want to, whatever, as a prize. So that's the one where you take your 2x6 or 2x8 or whatever the heck it is, and you lay it across the wood, and then you cut vertically down. I mean, they work. I personally never used one, but it is a prize. I figured that was kind of a neat one since we're doing chainsaw milling. A thermocell. Whenever you're in mosquito hell, these things will help you out. So I believe this comes with a couple refills and whatnot. But if you haven't had one of these before, pick one up or come win one, because these things, they kind of set up like a parameter. Yeah, there it is. So she just sets up the zone, and it's a pheromone that the bugs don't like, and it actually works. I tested it out one time when I first got my thermocell. I set up a light outside during Buggy Susan season, and they just swarmed it, right? So then I took the thermocell out, fired her up, set her under the light. Well, I'll come back like 20 minutes later or half hour later, and I look out and I look at the light, not a bug to be found, by golly. So they do work. They do work. And we have a shredder. I mean, I can deep fry and dry clean it for the winter if they want be. But we have a sweater here. It's a real tree, outdoor camo sweater. Forgive me. Eat a whole sweater? What are you eating now? Huh. Either way. So yeah, nice camel sweater. I mean, most of everybody can use a sweater up here in the North Country. And camel comes in handy if you're trying to sneak up on somebody. Anyways, we got a fancy little pack of garlic wedges that comes with a carry bag. Oh, that's fancy. And a surprise. And of course, everybody needs a screwdriver kit, whether you got 50 of them or not. You've probably lost half of them by now. So there's a screwdriver kit. And it's not the kind with the orange juice. It's a 20-piece Mastercraft screwdriver kit. And there's 2 of them there, and I like them. I like them Mastercraft ones. Now they used to be a full lifetime warranty on them. Now I don't know if they're still be, but they're a good tool. They're a good tool. And a very important thing that everybody should have, a little toilet fishing kit. If you haven't gotten one of these, then by golly, what are you doing? Trying to get that in your life, because toilet fishing is a serious sport. If you go on ESPN 52, it's a big thing on there. I think they are covering it, the 24-hour toilet fishing tournament right now, and I think with toilet fishing Terry, he's at the leading right now with 20 toilet fish. So get yourself into the toilet fishing league there. ESPN 52, where you can see people fishing poop. Anyways, we also got a wooden ship kit. You want to build yourself a tall wooden ship. Good country living. Good to see you. I mean, I think everybody respects the tall wooden ship. And there's a kit to build one. I don't know if you can fish off of it. Might be a little on the small side, but you could try. You could try. I mean, you could always string it up and use it as a trolling thing. You send it out there. You might not get it back, but you can send it out there. Gauging, good to see you. Little chainsaw filing kit. I figured that was kind of appropriate because there might be a chainsaw or two at the Sawr-B-Q. I think, if we're lucky. I've got 1 or 2 here we can use too. So, hopefully we can play with songs. We'll find out. We'll find out. Anyways, little socket set. You know, just in case something pops out and you need to put your sockets back in, you know. That socket popped in. There you go. Now this is a neat one. This is a handy tool right here. You have her with you in the truck. And it's not going to take up too much space like a regular size one. It's the world's smallest leaf blower. Johnny Arnett, good to see you. Look at that son of a gun. Hey? So, I mean, I think it's got actually twice the power of a normal size one. And it's like 1/16 the size or something. It actually says. So I think she's like to scale for the most part. Or maybe not. Maybe it's just a unique design. That's how they get the extra power out of it. Truth be told, this is actually after you know the story about the 3 pigs. There was a wolf trying to get through by blowing stuff down, and he couldn't get through the brick. Well, that story ended, but they didn't tell that after the story ended, he got himself one of these, and he still couldn't get through the brick. But it blew pretty hard. Anyways, we got ourselves a little Coleman hatchet, and it's sponsored by Gary Coleman. If you ever watch that, Gary, you know, different strokes. This is Gary Coleman's axe. It's about his size. Anyways, yeah, it's a Coleman rugged hatchet. They're a good little hatchet, and you know, it's just a nice little thing. You know, when you go canoe tripping and whatnot, you need one of these little guys to split up your kindling and stuff. So Good little Gary Coleman hatchet. What else we got? Oh, speaking of hatchet, we got a Clint Estwing double bit. What you talking about, everybody? There we are. So these things are kind of cool. That's one I got out at my little axe throwing log there. These are just about like cheating. You throw these at the log there, and she sticks in just about every way but the handle. But I'm pretty sure you could start sharpening that up too. But either way, like I found it stick in front in ways, you know, and then of course you got the two sideways. But she just sticks well for axe throwing, and it's kind of a neat little novelty item. You just want to keep her where she's to. Now, Clint Estwing. If you ever watched the old Cowboy Star, you know, good old Clint Estwing. It's many don't know that his last name's actually Estwing, not Eastwood. And truth be told, this is his hatchet. So thanks for that there, Clint Estwing. Anyways, a couple of these. Karina found them at the bottom of the closet, so figured put those up, you know, just in case somebody's interested in that. And nerds in, so then of course, riser straps. Why? Well, because we all got a few things loose and we gotta keep her tight. So this will help it out. And that's what we got for prizes thus far, other than this old Welland Veil that I saved from a fire, as you can tell. Yeah. I don't know if you can see her. Welland Veil. I guess that's before True Temper maybe got involved with them. I don't know, because there's no True Temper stamp on it. And I know that True Temper's got Welland Veil black prints, so I think they must have bought their patterns or at least got involved with them at some point. And that's going to be up for grabs. So I put it on a piece of hickory. Very nice axe handle made by the folks out there in Woodstock. And she's got a steel wedge in her. Steel wedgie. So the thing about the steel wedgies is they're hard to pick out, so it should be there for a good long time. So that'll be up for grabs. So you get 3.5 pound or 3 pound. You can use it for just about anything. So that's about all I have about that yet. But seriously though, get on the ESPN 82 and check out the toilet fishing league. It's a serious sport, man. Those guys aren't kidding. Those guys aren't kidding. You want to talk about anchors? Those guys got some anchors. And a lot of ships sink. It's pretty crazy. It's a dangerous sport. A lot of them guys they're folks, they sink. Actually, I think just about every one of them. Oh, jeez. Making a mess. Alright. So there's that. Oh, don't forget about this goodness. Good golly. But anyways, yeah, so I just wanted to kind of give you guys updates on all that stuff. And of course, I mean, like all the other events, pretty straightforward. You know, your 40cc or less, you know, pick a saw 40cc or less, and you make a cookie cut, and so on and so forth up the chain. And, you know, the noodle cutting, that's where you stick your saw into some rounds and do some noodling, and whoever shoots the furthest noodle. So, and I decided, you know, we're not going to put a bar restriction on there because I wouldn't mind seeing some Looney Tunes buffoonery. You know, if somebody wants to put a friggin' 8-foot friggin' bar on there and absolutely send it. Oh, you know, I'm into it. Let's do it. So, and for the most part, everything's kind of like limited, like loosey-goosey. We're not too crazy on restrictions. Just because it's more about having fun, you know, and hanging out and having a good time, and we all enjoy the chainsaws, so we'll send her with some chainsaws and have some barbecue. So, and Saturday is a potluck, so we'll like a little barbecue for Saturday's lunch, you know, some hot dogs or whatnot, and then we'll have a potluck for dinner, and then breakfast on the morning, and lunch is going to be the wingding, you know, and if anybody is around after prizes and all that, then we can gobble up all the leftovers for supper. So I'm looking forward to it, and it'll be good to see everybody. Actually, there's an event going on today over at Joe's Saw Shop. I don't know that he's got a YouTube channel, but they're doing a swap meet down there today, so a bunch of vintage and modern chainsaws being bought and sold. It's about over 2 hours for me to go to it, so obviously with the newborn and everything, and it's just I don't want to be that far away from the family, so here we are, and that's okay by me. And you know, maybe next year if they do it again, we'll go down there, and by golly, we can maybe do some live feeds and check that out. So, but anyways, that's basically it for Sawr-B-Q updates. You know, like I said, for the chainsaw mill, 1-inch planks. So set your Alaskan guides up to the 1-inch, and Jeff will plane them to whatever thickness he wants for his boat. And then for the boards, I've got them overhanging, so you can expect to have a little bit of an overhang. You can sink in a couple inches, get yourself balanced, and then we blow the horn when you're at the 8 foot mark, and just pin it. You know, I mean, don't blow your saw up. I mean, if you want to, that's yours. But either way, that'll be fun. I think it'll be neat to see some saws screaming for 8 feet, and you know, I really look forward to just seeing everybody having a good time, having some good food, you know, and you don't worry about the little guy and the Raven. Raven loves the saw, she's always has, and the little guy, he sleeps already, you know. I've already been running some outside and all that, and he doesn't seem to mind it, he just sleeps through it. So that's going to be good, and it'll be a lot of fun. And speaking of saws, I've been working on that C51, and I got it to bark and light up, but she don't suck the fuel. It's because there's a pinhole right in the gas line, right where she meets through the joint, or whatever you want to call it. I guess it rubbed there, and it started a hole, so she's sucking air. So I have to do the fuel lines, which some of you know them C series or the C5, C51s and all that. You have to take the gas tank off, which is not too hard. It's just a pain in the butt. You know, it's messy. You got to do it outside, and with it being raining. You know, I can't really drain a gas tank in the house. In the saw shanty, it's kind of an explosion hazard. So I'll wait till I can do that outside, drain out the gas tank, and we'll pull that off and do the fuel line and all that. But I thought that fuel line was good. She was pretty pliable, but I was wrong. Either way, so that's where we're at with the C51. And like I said, I've ordered the clutch. We're going to switch it from 404 to 3/8. Because there's that company making the aftermarket clutches for the C5 series, and that's where I'll start doing videos on that saw, just because I think that might be a helpful thing, because I know I see that pop up. A lot of people ask, can you switch them from 404 to 3/8? Well, if you change the clutch drum, you can. Anyways, so that's where we're going to go with that. I got a new Poland, a 306A. I've gotten it running, not done any videos on it. I had to put an ignition chip in. It wasn't really exciting. But it's a red one, so I guess she was a Craftsman at one point, but all the badges have fallen off of it. And I just put an 810 bar on it this morning with an Oregon chain. I mean, the 810 bars, you get away with them, but they need a better chain. The 810 chains, ugh, is gosh awful. But the black and red looks really good together, so that's why I kind of did that. But I already had the bar. I don't, by golly, I'm not buying it on the 810 bars. Anyways, so I got that 306A. Just in time for, you know, just before October where she's running, you know, so I'll get that one, and maybe I'll drag out my old green 306A too and the 245, and we'll have a little Poland party one of these days, and we'll go cutting with that. But that's a new saw on the roster. I will probably do a little Monday morning wrap tomorrow morning, and then we'll show it to you that way. But yeah, she's a little honey. She runs good. And I'm looking forward to running that one. I picked that up on a lot of 3, and it came with the C51. I got that little guy, and then I got another skill saw, the 6, well, it's a 340 Canadian, but it's the 1631, I think this one is. But it's no spark, so I just checked it in the shed. We'll either fix that one. The recoil's goofy on it too, so we'll either fix that one up or use it for parts for one of the other ones. But I like those old saws. I mean, they kind of look like a big egg. But I mean, they're kind of neat. 69cc, you know, vintage bird, and a big loud muffler at the front. You know, I don't know. They're neat. They're neat. I don't care what anybody says. They're neat. But that's what I got going for saws, anyways. And I'm really excited about that red 306A. I like a 306A. Not just because it's the Texas Chainsaw Massacre saw, and don't let anybody fool you. It is a 306A. They just changed the gas tank cover and air box and I think the muffler. But they took parts from a 245 and put it on a 306A. And the reason being, I think, was to avoid copyright or lawsuit or some baloney, because there was a lot of like kind of with that back in the day. I was actually talking to Jay this morning about Halloween saws, and 306A is probably one of the most well-known, popular Halloween saws because of Texas Chainsaw Massacre. But Homelight has probably made more appearances in the genre, because you think of it, in the Jason movies, like Friday the 13th and the second one, which don't ask me how I know this. Around this time of year, me and Karina, we like to watch a lot of the old 80s and 70s Halloween movies and stuff like that. So we were watching the second Friday the 13th. And at the beginning, right in there, and they're running an XL2 top panel, cutting their firewood with her. And I do recall in another later Jason movie, they used an XL1, both home lights. And those XL2s, like that was even used in the Texas Chainsaw Nightmare or Massacre, and it was Dennis Hopper. He was dual wielding it with a McCulloch Mini Mac, right? And then he had the big giant still. And the XL2 again in The Evil Dead, that's Ash's his chainsaw hand. Which in the first Evil Dead, though, it was an XL12 that he used just to wield. It wasn't a chainsaw hand at the time. And all that kind of stuff. Oh yeah, me too. We get right into it around here. We love that stuff. We love pumpkins and everything like that. You know, fall's our jam. But anyways, so yeah, Homelight. And I mean, even in Scarface, that yellow saw that you see in the shower scene where he's doing that, well, that's actually a Homelight XL2 painted yellow. Why they painted it yellow? Same reason why they did the 245 thing with the 306A. It was just to try and make it different, so it's not the same saw that you buy on the shelf, you know. So they didn't have to worry about contacting companies and being like, you know, we're going to use your saw or whatever. Which I think, for the most part, there's nothing against that. You can just do that, and it's kind of like free publicity for whatever company. Don't know how that works. Not 100% sure. But maybe back in them days, there might have been a law or two. Who knows? I'm not sure how that works. I mean, I run brand name saws on this channel all the time with a monetized channel, and I don't have any trouble with that. So, as far as, well, I mean, a lot of them are discontinued or obsolete too, though, so it could be that too. But as far as I know, branding on a saw is not a big deal. But maybe it's different in Hollywood. Couldn't tell you. Full slit. Good morning. But yeah, so Homelight is probably, out of every chainsaw brand, made the most appearances up until now. I mean, modern movies like the newer Texas Chainsaw. I think it's not sure what the new one there. It might be like a Poland. Almost looks like a Poland, but maybe a still. And then what's that god awful one with Nicolas Cage? There, he uses a still. There's a couple stills in that one. But anyways, yeah, there's you know, been more Homelights over the course of the entire genre than any other saw. And that's because I think Homelight was a pretty big company in this day. Between Homelight and McCulloch, I think they were two of the biggest. And then, you know, now it's, you know, Husqvarna, Still, and Echo. But things change, right? So, and it would be nice to see an American company come up through the woodwork one of these days. I mean, Remington's still around, but it's made in China, and I don't know who owns the Remington brand. You know, it's one of those things. There's not an American chainsaw. They're all made overseas. Well, I mean, there might be some stuff that's made here, but they're not an American chainsaw brand. Either way, that's neither here nor there. We were talking about Halloween and how much fun that is, and yeah. So I'd say the Homelight, but I mean, iconically, Poland 306A. To me, that's a chainsaw that screams Halloween. I don't know. It just is. It's the original Texas Chainsaw Massacre saw. It's old. It's noisy. You know, it's mean. It's heavy. You know, it looks nasty. It's the way to go for Halloween saw, if you're asking me. But they're getting kind of scarce. You know, they're a harder saw to come by every year, and I think that's why, is mainly because there's a bit of a cult following for it, and they're just that mean, neat old vintage saw. So I don't know. I like them. I like them a lot, and I like running them and everything too, just because they're nasty. You know, just this big, ugly, green, nasty saw. Anyways, I could babble on all day about them old Polands. Man, and a lot of people don't realize Poland was a hell of a brand in its day. It wasn't a homeowner brand originally. I mean, Clyde Poland was a logger. That's the original Poland. And from what I understand, he made bull bars from old truck fenders. And smashed out bull bars, and then eventually they made gear drive saws, like 2-man, and then 1-man gear drives. And then I think when Beard Poland got involved, that's when you had like the, what was it, the 361 or whatever the heck it is. I have one there in my little saw showroom. And then you got your 306As and all that shortly after. Which they came out shortly after, like the Homemade XL12, because XL12 was the first one to kind of step into that weight class. Well, to step in that weight class. And I think that's what really launched Homemade up. That, and they made generators for World War II. But either way, so once Beard Poland, they became Beard Poland, and then it got involved with Emerson Electric. That's when you got all those saws that we know and love, like the counterbites and all that stuff too, and the 306 and 245 and those saws. So that's a little bit of Poland history for you too. It was a major company in this day. Like it wasn't kidding. It was competitive. Nowadays, of course, you go to Home Depot or whatever the heck in case is, and you find Poland on the shelf there for $100 or whatever it is, right? It's just a homeowner brand now, which is kind of sad. I mean, something that used to be up there, fighting for the top, is now just kind of chilling at the bottom. Oh well, at least it's still around. It's owned by Electrolux, so it's a cheap Husqvarna is what it is now. But in this day. And if you can find them old ones, I mean, they're a lot of fun to run. They still run really good. So they're a good saw. But yeah, enough about Poland. How are you? So yeah, that's where we're kind of at. We're getting up ready for the Sawr-B-Q. Family's doing good. Everybody's healthy and happy and bouncing around and knocking things off of tables and whatnot. But it's getting to the point where I'm ready to go out and back into the world and start cutting down trees again. So we'll get back into doing that, and maybe we'll get some videos happening soon. And I keep on meaning to another video I want to do. I had everything to do it. It's sitting in the house, but I just haven't gotten around to do it. Is I have a stock chain, and then I have a professionally ground chain for my friend Jeff Lavin, who was professionally trained by Oregon out of freshly grinded chain. So I had a chain that I had run through some absolute garbage, like sticks and stones and nails and god awful stuff. It was just like a demo job for the most part, almost like, it was just awful wood. And, put the chain through the gears, and I got Jeff to restore it. And so he charges like $8 to do that, and then I bought a brand new chain because I figured, let's see how much the difference is between a professionally restored chain and a brand new one. Or is there a difference? So I don't know. I've always kind of just hand filed them when I have a cheap grinder for when I really ruin one, but I figure, what, he's got the high-end equipment, he can do it proper. So that'll be a good, proper comparison. And that's one where I'll do it on the same saw, same bar, blah, blah, blah. I'll take the time, take it apart, put it away, blah, blah. But just haven't gotten around to doing it. So that's something eventually we'll find out. We'll do a little thing and put it in the same wood and on the same bar and the same saw and see which one's better. Is it professionally cut or professionally ground or brand new out the box? So, or we can maybe try a round file too just to see. But I know that the round file is going to slide behind. It's going to, just because it just does. It's round filing just doesn't seem to be as as fresh as, or as fast as a grind. I mean, of course, you take the rakers down, you can get them to eat a little faster too, or eat a little more at a time. But this, that, and the other darn thing, all stuff you probably already know. Anyways, I think that's about all I wanted to BS about. And yeah, I can't think of anything else I really want to put out there. But anyways, I guess we'll probably do a campfire whenever we get on one of these nice nights when it's not raining kind of thing, and we do a little chat, and hopefully we can get back and do some videos here soon. Like I said, I could do that stock chain and professionally ground one at any time. I've got everything to do it. But yeah, that's all we got for today. Just wanted to give you guys a bit of an update on the Sawr-B-Q. Like, we're gonna do the wing ding on the Sunday. So I mean, if you want to bring, if you're coming, if you want to bring wings for the Sunday, that's more than appreciated and all that kind of thing. And I'll have a few packs here, kind of thing, to deal with that too. And bring whatever kind of weird hot sauce too you want to try. I'm just gonna do them. We'll deep fry them naked and leave them in the basket, and then put your friggin' sauce on it afterwards, you know, or dry rub or whatever the case. And I mean, it's always, I'm a sauce freak. I friggin' love hot sauces. I mean, if I see a new hot sauce somewhere, or a local one doing hot sauces, or I make my own hot sauces too, I just love hot sauces. Crazy about it. I don't know. I'm glutton for punishment sometimes because some of them are pretty spicy. But anyways, no, I love that stuff. So if you're coming, bring a hot sauce. You know, bring your most flavorful thing and your most spicy thing, or whatever the heck you like. And you know, we're gonna do a wing ding on the Sunday. So, Windrider, good to see you. Old Blue, we're gonna get your Home Depot card off in the mail tomorrow morning. We don't have a post office on the weekend here, but on Mondays it's open. So we'll get that out to you first thing in the week. So hopefully she gets there before Friday. If not, then it'll be first thing in the next week, right? So. But yeah, holy smokes, I would easily sidetrack. Hey, butterfly, no. But yeah, good morning, good to see you. I was actually just talking about doing an outro here, but we're just talking Sawr-B-Q, and anybody that wants to come Sunday, if you want to bring wings, we're doing a wing ding, and like I said, I'll have a few packs myself, and any kind of hot sauce. Of course, I've got dozens of hot sauces here for anybody who wants to try hot sauces. But yeah, we're gonna go. We're gonna get our wings a flapping on the Sunday of the Sawr-B-Q, which is October 23rd, and I mean October 22nd, 23rd is the Sawr-B-Q dates. If you can make it, you know, I'm more than welcome. Anybody's welcome. You know, hop in a trailer or pitch a tent. You know, it's an open door situation, as long as, you know, no drama, everybody's just cool. You know, we're just here to have a good time, be friends, and all that, you know. So I look forward to it, you know. I look forward to seeing everybody anytime, you know, even if I'm just seeing a couple of friends at a time. I always look forward to it, you know. I love, you know, seeing people and just hanging out, and, you know, doing this, kind of shooting the breeze and just kind of seeing what's new. Oh, no problem. I hope you come, good country living. It'd be good to see you. And let me know, as we'll set you up on one of these, you know, high-end drillers here. You know, we'll get you like your Hollywood setup here. You know, we'll get the dressing room and the powder room and everything. You know, we'll be good to go. But yeah, everybody's welcome, and bring a friend. You know. So and if you got an idea for a challenge for one of the days, hey, get after it, you know what I mean? Just make a post or something like that and let me know, and then pick a day. We'll do as many challenges as we can. So till next time, I think we're gonna do some jamming here. We'll send it here, and we'll call that a Sawr-B-Q update. And remember, it's September, Kindness Awareness Month. Do some kind stuff. I mean, do some kind stuff every day. Whoa! If you need inspiration to do it, just anyways, well, till next time, you guys all take her easy and be safe.